going to talk about the first assignment and get you started on it and go through the first few steps. So you're given this PowerPoint presentation, and I'm not going to go through all of this, but you can go through this and read it, and you can complete the assignment following the PowerPoint presentation. However, there's some things that as a beginner might be a little bit confusing, and so I'm going to buzz through some of this, the first steps up to making the face of the snowman, just to get you started. So let's go to Blender, and again I'm going to go kind of quick because it's all written down. Okay, so when you open Blender, actually if you have been playing around with Blender, you'll go File, New, General, and I already opened it, so I'll just, okay, so File, New, General, and you get the, the ye old cube here. Again, make sure you're in object mode and make sure you're in layout workspace. All right, so with the cube selected, you can right click and delete it. Now we're going to make a sphere, and as you do that, the way to do that is click Add, Mesh, and then UV Sphere. And once again, this is all written down in the PowerPoint, so I'm going very, very fast here. With the sphere selected, you can right click and shade smooth. Now you can make another sphere, you can make a sphere and then position it and so on. But let's get used to some other things. Let me shift the camera angle. So the first thing I want to do is, this is the body of the snowman. So I want to get into the habit of naming my objects in the outliner. So instead of sphere, I'm going to double click there. I'm going to call it body. Okay, and I want the body on the ground plane of the world here. So I am rotating the camera just a little bit, so I'm looking, so I can see the plane. I'm going to select the Move tool, and then I'm going to move it along the Z-axis only. And I want you to watch the other videos I made. There's other ways you can move and constrain along the Z-axis, but that's just the way I did it there. Okay, so now I could make another sphere and put it on top here, but just to get used to some of the keyboard shortcuts, as it is described in the PowerPoint presentation, you can hold down Shift D for duplicate. Okay, so now it's duplicated, and it's a sphere sitting on top of the old sphere. Now with a white outline, if I start moving the mouse, this thing is going to move all over the place. So if I click, okay, and now it's just selected, with the Move tool enabled, I can grab the Z-axis and pull it up. Okay, so now I have a sphere on top of a sphere. It's selected. Now look what it named it, body 001. Well, that's confusing. Let's just call it head, right? Okie dokie. So that makes sense. I got a body, I got a head. Life is good. Now I want this a little bit smaller, so let me zoom in a little bit here. And kind of get used to the pan and zoom and moving your camera around, but don't go nuts about it because you could get very, very confused very easily. Alright, so the head's too big, so I'm going to scale it. I could use the scale tool, but it'd make a heck of a lot more sense if I scaled everything along every axis. So I'm going to hit the letter S on the keyboard, and I'm just going to very gently move this in until I get a proportion that I want. So that's cool. Click. Now with the Move tool enabled, just only along the Z-axis there. Now I got my cute little head on my body, and life is looking good here. So save your file. Why didn't it save the first time? Oh, I forgot to save it. That's why. Okay, let's see. All right, I set up a folder. I did this earlier, and so Sorry about that. I should have saved the file at the beginning of this, but I didn't. All right. So anyway, for the file name, call it snowman, and then your name, no space, just first name, last name. Please put your full name in the file, and then click save. And again, that was a mistake. I should have saved the file right at the beginning, but I got confused there. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to the PowerPoint now. Okay, so that's where we're at here. That's on, I think, page 10, right? All right, now on page 11, it shows you how to make a cylinder, size a cylinder, and then place it, the cylinder, into the head using the snap tool. And I want you to try that. But if you can't figure that out, and if it's not working, and if it gets frustrating, I'll show you an alternate way to do this. So here we are. What we'll do is we'll add a different kind of sphere that I'll show you. Okay, so click on Add Mesh, then it says icosphere. Now what the heck is an icosphere? It's this ico, they get that from a icosahedron, which is a 20-sided thing, but this is much more than 20 sides, I believe. It looks kind of like a lump of coal to me, which is cool, you know, because we'll use it as an eye. So let's call, instead of icosphere, we'll call it eye. Okie doke. And let's see, there's a couple ways we can do this. Okay, let's grab it by the z-axis and move it up there, and of course it has to be a heck of a lot smaller. And I could use the scale. I could hit S and then just move it until I get like what I think is, that's probably the best way to do it. Proportionally like what you think it should be. And let's check out the scale here. That's weird. It didn't change the... Oh, it went to 0.1. Okay, like, yeah, it's the scale's at 0.1 rather than 1. Okay, so this is buried inside the poor little snowman's head. So what I'll do is I will rotate my camera. I'll just grab the x-axis until it's coming out just a little tiny bit, and then I'll grab the y-axis and move it, and I'll position it so it's, you know, comfortably inside the little snowman's head, and you can position it anywhere you want to. I might move mine up a little tiny bit, and I'm checking around here, so like it's not, you know, that position looks pretty good. Like, what you don't want this, right? You don't want it floating out there, right? Okay, very cool. Now you could eyeball this, you could duplicate this and move it over, but just for practice, what we're going to do is make a mirror of this, another instance of this eye. And the way we do that is we come over to the right side. So with the eye selected, now this is, let me back up here, let me show you. Now in the PowerPoint on page 15, this is explained, okay, the mirror and how the attributes should be set for the mirror, but it's a little bit confusing, so let me demo it. Okay, so in the outliner we got the eye selected, and then we're going to select this little wrench icon, and this will come up, add modifier. So we're going to hit the drop down menu and choose mirror. It's this little butterfly thingy. That's cool. And now we want it to mirror the head, right? I mean, we wanted the head to be like the frame of reference for it. So we click on mirror object and we choose head. Now, something weird happened, and I knew it would. Okay, so like check this out. The axis is x, so it's mirroring along the x-axis. So let me rotate the camera. So wah, wah, it went to the back of the guy's head, right? So can you, before I show you, can you think of what the heck we should do here? Well, we want to mirror it along the y-axis, right? So we'll choose y. Now check this out. I got y and x enabled. It's we still got the two eyes in the back, right? So we want to disable the x. All right. So that's cool. All right. So now we got two eyes where they're supposed to be. Now notice, okay, because I just arbitrarily chose the x-axis to be the front, so I chose it to mirror along the y-axis. Now pay attention. I hope this isn't too confusing. Now in the PowerPoint it's a little bit different because the for this the front was the y. The snowman is facing along the y-axis, so the mirror is along the x. So as a teacher, I think it's actually a good thing that you got to kind of struggle with this and notice what the heck is going on here. Okay, so anyway, so we have an eye, and we have a, if we go in the outliner and open this up, you can see the modifier is now in the outliner, and if we click on it somewhere, the there it is. Okay, I had to double click on it. Okay, so there's the you can access the modifier by double clicking on it. All right, and you can change these attributes if you wanted to. But anyway, that's what you want. You want the for the way I did it. You want the snowman along the. You want the front of the snowman facing the x-axis, and you want it to mirror along the y. Notice another thing. We have two eyes visible. We only have one eye in the outliner. That's because the mirrored object, the mirror is just an instance, okay? Any changes I make to the eye will be made to the mirrored object. Now, what y'all can do is you can make, you got a couple ways you can do this. You can add another icosphere and make it teeny tiny and just place them as a mouth. Another way to do this is if I can duplicate this, again, Shift D, okay, then I'm going to, whoops, wee, okay, let me click to get those, and then Command Z. Okay, let me do that again. Shift D, click. All right. So now I got two more icospheres, right? And it came in as I001 over here in the outliner. All right. So like I'm going to change this to mouth 1. Okay. And I'm going to like change the scale of this by hitting the letter S and then scaling these down a little bit. Okay, and then if I play around with this, like if I move this along the y-axis, see how they come in close, and if I can move them way out here and stuff. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I can have two of those. I can duplicate this. Shift D. Whoop. Dang it, I always do that. Sorry about that. I think I messed this up. Oh, not too bad. Alright. Let me scale these. Whoopsies. Okay, there we go. And move them That's kind of goofy looking. Let's see. I'm going to change this to mouth 2, just so I know. And I'll move those in a little bit. And move those up a little bit. So just play around with it. That doesn't look too bad, okay? Again, I could have like made brand new icospheres. You know, I could have done that without using the mirror modifier. But I want you to at least be aware of it and give it a try. At least for the eyes, try the mirror modifier. All right, so anyway, that'll take you up to, and try this method too, starting on page 11. See how it goes for you. If you can use the cylinder and create the eye that way, using the the snap attribute here, to see if that works, and if not, like, just do it the way I just showed you in the video. Okay, so anyway, that'll take you to page 17. On page 18, you start to make the arms of your snowman, and just follow the directions. And I want to say that play around with this. Frustration is normal, but I want you to like experiment just with the limited tools and objects that you've made. Like, again, if you want to make a snowman with bunny ears, that's great. If you want to make a witchy kind of snowman, that's cool. Add different facial expressions, eyebrows. For a carrot nose, of course, you would use a cone, right? If you wanted to go that route. So don't be afraid to get creative with this, and if you want to get a little weird with it, that's cool too. What I want you to do is just really play around with the different tools and just get used to the workspace and just have fun with it, all right?